Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. Oh, this is a really interesting video. It's a video about what happened the other day. I was listening to James O'Brien, as I normally do in the morning, and he decided to dedicate an hour to this strange notion of why Alexander Boris Peffel Johnson is trying to bring up the Brexit battles. And he says, I don't understand why, because Brexit done and this and that and the other. Well, anyway, got a call from a guy, not this one, who basically came up with an interesting theory where he said that he's trying to drag Keir Starmer into the Brexit battles. And I thought, that's an interesting take. I never thought about that. But then, not long after, a little bit of weight was added to that theory was when people like Oliver Dowden and I think it was Brandon Lewis as well started tweeting old videos of Keir Starmer from 2019. Maybe you should explain this as a distraction from the absolute shit show that's happening with the lockdown parties. But anyway, his final call was a guy who, when he rung up, his first words were, I voted for Brexit and I'm incredibly disappointed. Well, anyway, he asked why did he vote for the Brexit in the first place? And his idea for leaving was sovereignty and control of our borders. Now, when he said that, my first thought was, oh, this could be interesting, could be a bit tasty as well. Will these two, James and this guy, get into a full heated argument about this? But this call went into a direction that I don't think anybody will have seen coming. And listen to the end. It's a really, really nice touch. Enjoy.
John's in Romford. John, what would you like to say?
I'm extremely disappointed, James. I voted leave, and I realise now it was a pack of lies.
Yes.
I voted because I wanted to maintain our sovereignty. I didn't want to be governed by a
you
budget.
didn't. Let's not fall out. But no one used the word sovereignty until 2018, mate.
Yeah, but it was the main problem. I wanted our borders to stop there. I didn't want people coming in the country. We didn't know who they were. I wanted the borders to be controlled, but they're not.
Well, they were, weren't they?
Well, they was far better than they are now. I agree, definitely.
But you're referring to the refugees in the dinghies, I think.
Well, I am.
Rather than the people who came here, showed their passports at customs and went on to get a job.
Good, I'll buy them a pint. I'll shake their hand and say, well done, I hope you make it.
You should say sorry first.
Well, I think we've been told a pack of lies and I'm extremely disappointed. Boris Johnson will be better off, I think, in Billy Smart's circus. I think the guy's a clown.
What? I mean, when you look back on John, 2016 John, and 2022 John, what would 2022 John tell 2016 John?
Examine what you were being told far more than we did. We were told a pack of lies, and I think we too readily accepted them without actually examining what we were being told.
And finally, or not finally, talk for as long as you want, but what intrigues me is, what was it about? Because, I mean, I know people like Farage were shouting the phrase control our borders, but I don't know whether you were listening to me at the time. If you ever asked anybody what that meant, they would usually fall apart faster than a chocolate teapot. So what was it about the membership of the European Union that you thought prevented us from doing what you call controlling our borders?
I think the laws of the EU took preference over the British law, I think.
Yeah,
that's
not true, though. In the context of controlling our borders, what were the laws that you felt would be repealed? Because we've abolished freedom of movement, mate. That was the only thing, really, that might have fitted the category that you're trying to describe, and that has actually gone.
Yeah, but I don't... Nigel Farage, again, I think the man told us a pack of lies about the economy being cheaper, the shops, everything. It's not. It's got so much there, it's quadrupled. No,
I know, but you're not going to get any defence of that character from me. But I just want to pin you down, and maybe I'm being a bit unfair, but what did you think controlling our borders would look like?
Well, maintain or examining people that came into the country.
But we were
making sure
we were
they could
doing
take
that.
care of themselves.
That was all allowable under European Union. That's what they do in Belgium.
Yeah, I know. This is where
Right.
we made the big mistake
Oh,
in
okay.
leaving, I think. We were told
Yeah.
so many lies, weren't we?
Yes, exactly that.
And the
exactly
thing
that.
is, and the thing is, people, like we're saying now, the national insurance contributions are going up. We're having to pay more. But the thing is, how many more people are using the system, having not contributed, now, as opposed to before? There's far more now, and the NHS, it just cannot cope with the volume of people using it. And we're saying pump more money into it.
Well, it's
But
more
we don't
about
need
the
to because we stop the
shortages.
people using it and haven't contributed.
So, well, again, that would involve all sorts of people, like someone who's
I
been
know.
disabled all their life. I wouldn't want
I
them to be
know, I
banned from
agree.
you, nor would
I
you,
know.
you see, John.
I know.
You can't swap
know.
one pile of Kool-Aid for just a different flavour of Kool-Aid, can you? What would a solution look like now to you?
Ian,
What?
James, I don't
John?
disagree. I've got to agree. I can see both sides of the argument, but the thing is, for somebody that's worked hard all their life,
Yes,
I mean, I was up at 4 o'clock to start at 5. I used to sweep the roads,
Yes.
and I did it for a long time,
I hear you.
and I paid in all my life.
Yeah.
And when I retired, I had to go and pay to have a new knee because they said I'd be in a wheelchair before I could get the job done.
And you've been
And this really-
led to believe that some people are taking something away from you that is rightfully yours. See, the problem
Not
is
so much
now.
taking it away.
What
not so
then?
much taking it away. The government are the people that they take money. It seems to me like fraud. My money's been taken all my life for something which I'm not getting
Yes.
from the cradle to the grave, and it's not like that.
No, well, and you look at pension provision in other European Union countries, and you probably better
Yes.
not actually. It'll drive you.
I do. I do. It's
and-
far more than we get.
And in
I'm trying
in
to live now.
conclusion, if I pointed out now that pretty much everyone I come across cleaning up, sweeping the streets in central London, where I work, is or certainly was Eastern European, then we're back to controlling our borders again, aren't we?
I've got nothing against a guy that wants to come to the country and work and better his life. Good luck to
So
him.
where did you get the idea that all of these people coming into the country weren't just like you and me, but with different accents? Where did you get that idea from?
It's not an idea. It's a fact, isn't it? That
Well-
people come here that hide their if they're
But
okay
where
and
did you
nothing
get
to
the
hide-
idea that they were a more significant influence upon your vote than all of the people just like you and me, but with different accents? See, I would never vote for a tiny minority of miscreants to the detriment of the massive majority of decent people, but you did.
Yeah, but don't you think that very often the media is being manipulated by the powers to be to get what they want?
Yeah, but
We don't
they
actually
wanted
get the
you.
truth,
I
do
didn't.
we?
I
Let's
didn't.
be
I didn't
honest.
vote for it. They didn't manipulate me.
Yeah, I know, but we're not all the same, are we?
I
mean,
guess
you probably
not.
had a better education than many
Oh,
more
don't
people.
do that. Don't do that. I didn't
No,
go.
I know,
But
but
Johnson
what I'm
went to
saying
Oxford
is-
and Eton. Rees-Mogg went to what? You're as bright as a button.
No,
It's all there. The evidence is.
all
You don't need to be educated to turn me on at 10 o'clock every morning and find out what's actually going on,
James,
John.
Please let me, James.
Go on, mate. Finish.
All I'm saying is that it seems that not the poor, but the lesser well-off of the people seem to bear the brunt of the mistakes of the well-off that govern and make the rules of the country. The poorer people have to pay for their mistakes.
You carry on like that. You'll be doing my. You carry on like that. You can do my holiday cover.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know
And
exactly
can I-
what you're saying. Go on, mate. I'm late for the news.
I'm
late.
leaving. All
Yes.
right, I'll be very quick.
Go on.
I never used to like you.
Yes.
I couldn't stand you.
Fair enough.
But listening to you, I've come round to
There you go.
a lot of many things you say are true. I can't discredit many things you say now. So
Thank you, John.
well done.
No, I appreciate that a lot. Actually, I was, we're having a bit of fun there, but that touches me. It moves me. It's why I come to work every day. Thank you.
Now, on that, a great call. You never saw that coming at the end, did you? Especially from the start. But what I liked about this guy was, even when the irrefutable evidence is there slapping you in front of your face, he basically had the guts to admit that he was lied to and he was conned, and he's voted against his best interests, in other words. And it was really, really good. And you still hear people who, when the evidence is there in front of them, it's that moment where you either admit the truth or you just carry on down the rabbit hole of lies to save face. But yeah, just a really, really good call. And I suppose in a way, It's quite encouraging to a certain degree. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.